We're here today with Cara in beautiful sunny Port Lincoln. We've just had a heat wave, so it's nice to get some fresh air and some breeze happening. Cara, can you tell us who you are and what you do in the region?
So I'm mum of two. I've got one daughter with special needs, and my husband and I own an oyster farm in Coffin Bay that we run for the last 5 years or so.
Beautiful. And what is it that you love about the region?
Well, I've grown up on Eyre Peninsula my whole life, and I just love, the coastline, the beaches, the water. And now I'm an oyster farmer. I obviously love all the food we produce from here, as you would know, as being in the fishing industry. But who doesn't love a Coffin Bay oyster? They're worldwide, so it's exciting that all that food comes from here. So. Yeah, also the community here as well. Like, my husband moved over here about 22 years ago from Adelaide, and he had a motorbike accident not long after, and like the community just rallied around us straight away. He was only about 17, and same with having my daughter. She's got special needs, and as soon as we had her and the community knew that we were, having a hard time, straight away they got around us as well, doing fundraisers and stuff. And then last, doing the oyster farm, like starting that from scratch. All the oyster farmers opened their arms to us and helped us out straight away. And yeah, they made it smooth for us to transition into that, and they've looked after us along the way and still do. So
the real sense of community on Eyre Peninsula.
Definitely for us, for sure. Definitely. We've experienced it over and over again. So we love being here and would never move.
So what is something that frustrates you about the region?
Probably, well, with having my daughter, the special needs stuff, not having enough therapists over here seems to be quite an issue. We might finally get some funding from NDIS, and then there's no therapist available for the next 6 to 12 months. And then when NDIS go to redo your funding, you haven't used that funding, so we'll take that funding, but it's out of our hands if there's no, Lani's had to get a speech therapist to fly over from Adelaide, and then that costs us double. So, then she doesn't get as much therapy. So that's probably one of my big things that affects us. And then probably with the oyster farm, we've had a lot happening. We had Vibrio, and then we've had a scare of POMS, we've had the scare of the algal bloom, and the government, we sometimes feel that they make decisions that affect us without consulting us, letting us know, keeping us in the loop. And we just hear about them later, and things that, we want to pass our oyster farm down to our kids. We want it to last. It's a small family business, and they make decisions that affect us. So we feel like they probably need to include us a bit more and make decisions for everyone. Not, there's some corporate companies that they seem to be, helping them and doing what they want. And what about the rest of us small farmers that need to know what's going on and how it's going to affect us? So, yeah.
So, if there was someone in power or in Parliament, what is something that you wish that they would understand about a region like this?
Well, most of the oyster farmers here are all small family businesses. There's just a few that are big ones. So we just want to all be heard, all be equal, not be, the biggest corporate company are heard because they've got the most money and they're the loudest. Like, all us and the oyster industry was started with small family businesses here. So that's the way we want to keep it going. Like, we want our kids doing that. So we just want to be probably listened to and included in the decisions that go on. We'd say things like the algal bloom. Like, if that did come here and we couldn't sell like Stansbury and like that, I feel so sorry for those guys and Cow and Stansbury, and they've been shut down. If that happened to us, we would be bust. We wouldn't, if we can't sell, we can't pay the bills. We're only quite new in business, 5 years. Yeah, for sure. So things like the translocation, when that was, almost allowed, well, it was allowed, that could have affected us in a massive way, and we should have been made aware of that and, yeah, been consulted on that, because
It's your livelihood.
yeah, that's right. It's only one little mistake that can happen and then it's ruined everybody. It's oysters, or they're all affected, or...
Yeah.
More service providers in this area, I suppose, probably making it... Obviously, we don't have enough here, so maybe enticing people to move from the city over here into the country, and just having that, not that, long wait list, that kids, their younger years are the most important years, and if they're missing out and waiting, and then you lose the funding, it's a knock-on effect, and NDIS don't care, they're just so cutthroat. I had an instance where Falani, they accidentally put in the wrong location of where we are, and because it's finalised, I then had to go to a tribunal to get that changed, to say, no, I don't live in Adelaide, I need more funding for travel. So it took so much, and they wouldn't, because they wouldn't go back on it and say, oh, sorry, our mistake. I literally had to do paperwork, hours and hours of paperwork, phone calls, and to do a tribunal for just a mistake that someone in the city had pressed on a button on a computer, the wrong area, and it was just a nightmare. You deal with enough with kids with special needs, you don't want to be dealing with that extra stuff. Yeah, it was just a silly mistake, and but yeah, definitely more therapists here would help for sure.
The longevity of providing a service.
Yeah, for sure, because the wait lists here, they got to the point where the wait lists, you couldn't even go on a wait list, they were that long.
Wow.
And it's what do you do from there? One specialist I was talking to, she said, I think she had some clients out in Woodner or somewhere, and they said, we're going to have to move because our kid can't get the support that, and we've had to think about that, but we don't want to leave this area. We love this area. Yeah,
it's good to hear the real issues.
Yeah.
This is not what is ever sensationalised through the NDIS.
And you don't really
scope.
realise it until you're in it and feel it, and yeah. And I know other people recently that have been going through it too, and they waited over a year, close to 2 years, just to get a application approved.
Wow.
So,
and in the meantime of that application approved, families are struggling.
Yeah, nothing happens. No, yeah, that's right. That's dead right. Yep. For sure. Yep. Yeah, so another thing is flights. We travel to Adelaide all the time, and, we would drive quite often, but we've just had to start to fly because work, we don't have the time. Yep, and the school don't want Lani having time off all the time. So if you drive, if she's got 2 days worth of appointments, that's 2 days worth of driving. That's nearly a week out for all of us, or for me and her at least. So we've been flying a lot, but you can't rely on the flights anymore.
The reliability. And
The
next punch is the pricing as
That's
well,
right, the pricing, that's been really hard, and then quite often you've got to get accommodation and stay either the night before, so that's been a real pain for us as well, affecting us, and juggling the driving or the flying. It's a bit of a hard one either way for us at the moment.
It's general access. Whether if it's here or even if you're accessing it in Adelaide.
Yeah.
To access is
to get there.
A barrier there as well.
That's right. Yep. So either way, it's been hard. Yep, for sure.
Is completely mind-boggling that those little small stories that you hear on the news are more often than not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Throughout your own community.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. And I mean, you just have to do it. You don't have a choice. We used to stay at the Ronnie Mack house when we first started, because we didn't have our own business then, and we just sort of didn't have much of a choice. But now we're in our own business, and we sort of we'll stay in a hotel because we feel like there's other people that need the Ronnie Mack house more than us. We're not there as much as we used to be, so But yeah, it's hard. And even hotels, like the prices of hotels are crazy too. Everything's just gone up.